Hi guys, Fireplays here and welcome back to another YouTube video on the channel. And today guys, I'm going to be going over my top 8 finals predictions for this year, alright? And top 4 and top 2. So, I'm just going to go over the clubs that can make the top 8. Now this is my midweek video. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. Feel free to leave a comment about who you think will make the 8 and finals. So, let's get right into it. So, the teams that can make finals are Carlton, GWS, St Kilda, Fremantle, Richmond, Essendon and West Coast. So, those are the clubs that can make it. Carlton need to be all perfect from here, though, which I just don't think they can be. So, those are the clubs that can make top 8. Sydney, Brisbane, Port Adelaide, Geelong, Western Bulldogs and Melbourne are locked in. They all want to make the top 4. So they all possibly can. Then for top 2, I'm going to bring it down to Geelong, Western Bulldogs and Melbourne for top 2. Alright guys, so let's get right into it. Port Adelaide, Collingwood, I do have a feeling Port Adelaide will win it, but not by too much. I mean, look, I think I can back them in by about 23 points. Carlton North, I'm going to back Carlton in by, around a 15-point margin. Brisbane Gold Coast, I'm going to back Brisbane in by a little bit. Again, not too much because Gold Coast have been in some fine form. St Kilda, again, not big winners. Adelaide Hawthorn, I'm going to back in Hawthorn by around 20 points. Melbourne Western Bulldogs will win it. They've just been the better team. Now, the Essendon GWS, I need to get that margin to 8 points. Is that 8? No, that's not 8. Need to get the margin to 8 points. There we go, 8-point margin. I really want the 8-point margin. I do think Essendon will actually win by 8 points. So I do hope that happens. I reckon, yes, Geelong are going to beat Richmond pretty convincingly because Dusty's out for the season. Sydney, Fremantle, Sydney will win it by around 20 points. The next round, Sydney will beat Essendon. Not by a lot, but they will. Gold Coast will be thumped by Melbourne. North will not beat Geelong, but again, North will compete for 3 quarters. Geelong will run away in the last. St Kilda will beat Carlton. Carlton are done. All over for them now. The Dogs are going to smash the Crows by around 60 points. Hawthorn, Brisbane at the MCG. Brisbane are going to get in for the 16-point win. Giants, Port, that's a tough one. Not sure where this game's going to be played, of course. I feel like the right thing to do is back in Port. They'll have some good guns back, so I'll back in Port for that game. And I will also back in West Coast as 1-point winners over Collingwood at the MCG. Actually, should I back in? Yeah, I'll back in West Coast. Freo, Richmond, I do think that Richmond will travel and they'll be fine. They'll win by a very small margin. In fact, yeah. Carlton, Gold Coast at the Docklands. I do think Carlton will get the job done. Not by too much, though. Geelong, GWS down at Cardinia Park. Geelong will win that. Hawthorn, Collingwood at the MCG. I do think Collingwood will get the job done. Richmond, Richmond will get the job done. St Kilda, Sydney. This, again, is one that can go either way. I will say Sydney for another small win. The Dogs will beat the Bombers. Port, again, will smash the Crows. Brisbane will beat Freo. And Melbourne will beat West Coast. Brisbane will get over the Pies at the Gabba. Geelong will defeat the Saints down at Cardinia Park. Not by too much, though. Essendon will defeat the Suns up at Metricon. Sydney Showgrounds. Yes, the Giants will get over the Tigers there. The Tigers, this is going to be a good race to the top 8. After this round, I'll have a look to see what needs to be the scenarios for the last round. Dogs will get over the Hawks. And, the D's are going to smash the Crows. Swans are going to get over North Melbourne. And Port Adelaide are going to get over Carlton. And then I'm going to I'll back in West Coast for another Derby win. So now with the last round, you can say West Coast are in. Essendon, possibly. Richmond, possibly. St Kilda, possibly. This is a big last round for them clubs. Then for top 2, it's looking like a Western Bulldogs, Geelong top 2, top 4, Melbourne and Port Adelaide should be in. So Brisbane versus West Coast up at the Gabba. I reckon Brisbane are going to smash West Coast up there. They are absolutely going to give them a smashing up there. Carlton, GWS are going to beat Carlton. Essendon, Collingwood. Essendon are going to make the finals. Geelong, Melbourne, Kardinia Park. I'm going to say Geelong. Their form down there is great. Richmond, Hawthorn. Richmond will win it. They are in the 8, but how long for? St Kilda, Freo at the Docklands. This has to be a win for the Saints. They have to have a big win to get in. I reckon they'll win by 30 points. That's not enough to get them in, though. So, yeah, that's big. Sydney, Gold Coast at the SCG. Sydney are going to win it. Western Bulldogs, Port Adelaide at the Docklands. Western Bulldogs are going to win it. And North Adelaide at the Adelaide Oval. I reckon North will do the job done. They'll get the job done there. So I predicted Essendon and Richmond to finish in the 8. Richmond, they've got some big guns coming back. Even though they have Dusty out, I do still think they can make the finals. Sorry, St Kilda, I just don't think you're good enough to do it right now. Sorry, West Coast. Sorry, GWS. Sorry, Carlton and Fremantle. They finished horribly. Suns actually had a decent finish. So the ladder finishes Western Bulldogs, Geelong, Melbourne, Brisbane, Port Adelaide, Sydney, Essendon, Richmond, West Coast, St Kilda, GWS, Carlton, Fremantle, Collingwood, Gold Coast, Hawthorn, Adelaide and North Melbourne. Finals time now. Dogs will beat the Lions. They'll be straight through to a prelim. Port Adelaide will get over Richmond pretty convincingly. Swans, Bombers. Swans will win that game. They are just more classy. And I think the Cats can beat the D's. So semi-final one, Brisbane, Port Adelaide up at the Gabba. Brisbane, they've had their form changes. So Port Adelaide, I will back in Brisbane to win that game. And I will be backing in Melbourne to beat the Swans. I do think they'll be able to do it. Preliminary final 1 at Marvel, the Dogs will get through the granny. And preliminary final 2, Geelong will get through to the granny. So we have a Bulldogs-Geelong grand final. In fact, that was actually the top 2 teams. The winner of this year's grand final will be the Western Bulldogs. I think they are just more classy than any other team in the competition. They have such a good team. That is my predictions for the season. I hope that you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so then you guys will be notified when more videos come out. That's it from me now, guys. So, bye, guys. Fireplays out.